So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to West of Loathing. As you can tell by the fact that I stand here upon the precipice of all damnation, I have been farming. We're not even going to go about where my brain went when I thought that. I have been farming for the sake of upgrading this. I have fully upgraded this. The word safe is a misnomer when you are around. Yes, I feel that is quite accurate. Speaking of accuracy, it would appear I have undergone a little name change. Our adventures in the town of Infinite Paperwork last time have officially changed my name from Sticky Marshall McThin to Sticky Justine McThin. But never mind, we're going to completely gloss over that fact and we're going to get back to business. And the first piece of business I wish to do is much similar to what we did when we got the lockpicking book. I would like to comb through the map again and find out where all of the safes are that I have found thus far and haven't been able to open, because like a genius, I didn't write them down. So I'm going to wander around for a little bit and see if I can figure out where any of those things were. So give me a few minutes and we shall do a quick montage of me finding safes that we can open. I certainly remember a gun safe. There was definitely a safe which had a gun in it. Except I have no idea where that was. So anyway, as I said, give me a few minutes, I shall wander around and I shall see if I can find anything. I've also got to know how many needles I've got, which is going to be quite a serious issue. I've only got 3. That doesn't bode brilliantly well. Okay, never mind. Give me a wee few minutes. I'll turn the volume back up so I can actually hear what's going on. And I shall have a wee look and see if I can find us any safes when we're not being interrupted by random bits and pieces. Oh goodness, this ain't going very well. I can't find any of them. Goodness, skeletons with guns. They're also not riflemen, they're clearly pistolmen. Well, pistol skeletons. They could be pistol women for all we know, because I can't actually tell the difference between male and female skeleton. I don't even know if there is a difference. Never mind, we're not here to ponder the anatomy of skeletons, we're here to admit the fact that I can't for the life of me remember where any of the safes were. It's half a cannonball, the front half. You pick up the cannonball and inspect it. There's an inscription on it that you can mostly read. It says the cannonball comes from Fort Treason and has the address stamped right on the front. This bombardment was done by the army! The horror. Oh, okay. Well, since I've had a complete failure at figuring out where the heck I left that safe, I swear there was a gun safe, and it said this must have guns in it, and I can't for the life of me remember where it was. But never mind. Okay, so we were at the Alexandria Ranch, where we got a book for Breadwood. Not Breadwater, as I said about 15 times over the past 2 episodes, and that I apologise. So it's bombarded by this fort. There's a cannon, a fine cannon of demi-culverin size. Insert your cannonball. Oh, I've always wanted to do that, but I've never had that much luck. You look through the rangefinder of the cannon, but cannot see any indication of anything you want to shoot at, and you decide not to waste the ball. Seems rational. One doesn't want to waste one's balls. Use binoculars. The jumble neck mine. Keep Fort Treason beautiful and chuck that rubbish away. Good, good, good. Anything here? Nothing very important, just a bit of stuff. I don't really want to use my locks. Whoa, just hold on to your horses there. This Niagara Falls of booty, I canna cope. A journal. An immaculately cared for standard issue, army issue, diary. Why can't I speak today? 'Tis a book. People have written things in it. We shall read it in a minute. Chest full of medals. Nothing commands quite as much respect as a whole bunch of military medals that people think you have earned. That could actually be very useful. That goes presumably on the lapel. That could be... That's kind of brilliant. I'm kind of having that. I also kind of want to pretend like I've won battles that I actually haven't. I'm not going to open these 2 because I want to preserve my needles for the time being. Okay, let's read this and see if I can read it at all. Private Lemon's diary is pretty dry and not very interesting, just a list of day-to-day duties for a straight-laced soldier up in the hills without anything to fight. Towards the end, though, it starts to mention the commanding officer, Captain Simon, becoming increasingly agitated and convinced that a nearby ranch was being used as a spy outpost. Lemon doesn't sound convinced, but at one annoyingly vague entry puts it as orders are orders. The last few entries have to do with the descent in the ranks and the possibility of mutiny, the thoughts of which Lemon abhors. The rest of the pages are blank. So that presumably is referencing the Alexandria Ranch. I think there was a mutiny. I think they've burned it down. What? This must have been where they stored all of the fire. Funny game. Okay, well, we've solved the mystery of the Alexandria Ranch, if nothing else. Let's go to Jumble Neck Mine. What's all of this? Rocks. Probably some mine leavings that got piled up here. Search the rocks. You poke around the rocks, but do not find anything except rocks, which, frankly, I don't know what else I expected. But never mind. Let's have some more of this stuff, despite the fact I don't think I've ever actually used half of that stuff. There's a human skull hidden in the rock. It's a little ominous. A silver-toothed skull. It's a little grim to find a human skull just stashed in a pile of rocks, unless it was maybe a very small burial mound. Considering the fancy silver tooth, it's probably not outside the realms of possibilities. Can I do anything with that? No, it's just a thing that I have. Okay, that might come in handy for convincing the necromancers or something. I don't know. Looks like this place has been shut down for a while. Guess they ran out of ore. I suppose there were other reasons a mine might shut down, but it seems like the most common one. Not spooky ghosts? Probably not. Let's have a look round. Except for the dust all over everything and the fact that the guy at the desk is a ghost. Ah, speak of the devil. This looks like a regular foreman's office. At last I can put my abilities to use. Evening, mate. How's it going? Kid, I'm busy here. I've got a mine to run. Take a hike. The mine is still running. I haven't seen anyone around. We're miners, kid. If you saw anybody up here, I'd have to fire them for not doing their jobs. That's a very fair point, actually. I hadn't considered that. How's business? Oh, just great. Hunky friggin' dory. I'm going to start using that myself. See this face? This is my happy face, and I'm doubly excited about answering questions from some random kid wandering into my office while I'm working. Look at how ecstatic I am. That's quite the silver tooth you have there. I made it myself. I've got a few little silver trinkets in my time. Now go away. Do you know that you're a ghost? Do you know that you're a pain in the backside? No, I'm serious. You're seeing me laughing? I have something that I think belongs to you. Oh yeah? That's just a human skull. This is a silver tooth. Looks familiar. I don't mean to upset you, but I guess I forgot somehow. Must have been a traumatic experience. Oh, you think, mubbers? Dying, presumably having my head cut off and then bundled in with a bunch of rocks outside of my workplace? Never getting to leave, no matter how late into the Friday evening it gets. Give me the skull, it's mine after all. What happened? I don't want to talk about it. And frankly, kid, it's none of your business, so leave me alone, and so I can get on with going into the light or whatever. You know you can't take it with you. Huh? What? Whatever is in the safe over there. Oh, for goodness sake. The first safe that I find when I'm capable of breaking into the things is the one I don't need to break into. But never mind, we'll have that. A miner's helmet. The lamp is a little rusted on the lamp on the front is busted, but it'll still protect your bonk to the noggin. From a bonk to the noggin. Oh, I really cannot read today. I don't know what's wrong with me. No calendar looks like work stopped a long time ago. You're free to rummage around the desk. Some extra grizzly jerky. Ugh, disgusting. This is dried meat of a sort. It's mostly dried connective tissue with little pockets of meat in there. Ew. Key to the elevator. Thank you. Oh, I kind of want to do it with the safe cracking just for the fun of it, really. Go on, do it with the safe cracking. Oh, goodness. You push your ear off against the safe and slowly turn the dial. Eventually, you manage to get it to pop open. A small burlap sack full of nuggets of fairly pure meat ore. How delicious. And I say that knowing the currency is consumable. This knife has a thin, twisty stiletto blade made of tarnished black silver. It looks wicked sharp, but holding it makes you feel a little uncomfortable, like someone's whispering your name, but you can't quite hear them. Mysticality deals extra damage against, minus Mysticality, but deals extra damage against cows and other demonic creatures. That does 13. What does my bit of cactus do? I think my bit of cactus is doing a 20, unless I'm very much mistaken. Where's my bit of cactus? 16 to 21. Yeah, that's significantly better and doesn't reduce my Mysticality. Okay, can we get into the mine now that we have the key? Oh, I could have picked the lock. The elevator is pretty dusty inside, and it doesn't appear to have been maintained for quite a while, but it does seem functional. The control lever is changed and padlocked. You also notice that the shaft is totally silent. You'd expect to hear the rumbling of minecarts and the clanking of pickaxes echoing up from below. But there's nothing. Let's unlock it and go down. And I didn't read that, I apologise, because it was almost exactly the same size as the previous message, so I thought it was the previous message and didn't read it. For that I sincerely apologise. Ahem. Someone left their pickaxe here. I guess this is what you call environmental storytelling. Can I use that for anything? It's another walloping stick. An old worn pickaxe that you found in an abandoned Jumble Neck mine has the initials HH carved into the handle. Not much good for mining anymore, because it doesn't knock someone's head off with it. To be honest, you could do that with most things. The minecart is full of rocks, and there doesn't seem to be anything special about them. You push your shoulder to the minecart and give it a shove. Thank you. It trundles down the track and bonks into a big old pile of rocks. I'm not convinced that was very productive. It's a headless skeleton. Skullless. Skullless? We shall see. Look, there was a cave in. There isn't much to see, except for rocks, and there's quite a lot of them to look through. If you want to look at rocks, there's a great selection to choose from. Indeed, indeed. What have we got here? It looks like someone forgot their lunchbox. They must be real hungry by now. A paper bag and some raisins. This waxed paper sandwich bag didn't do its job very well, though to be fair, 6 months is a long time to expect a sandwich to stay fresh. Wow, that's actually quite a big bonus. If I did more melee damage, then I'd be interested in that. What's this? Great of old dynamite. Dynamite gets very old when it ages, but I know you know better than to try. I know better than to try and stop you from taking a stick when you've decided you want one, and I have definitely decided that. Pick up the stick of old dynamite. I don't recommend you do a lot of hopping up and down while you're carrying that. Some kind of old, rusty, spring-loaded ratchet mechanism with an activation lever. Some sort of gripper on the front, but it isn't gripping anything. Pull the lever. The lever is already in the pull position, so you try pulling it instead, but nothing happens. Could I maybe... What if I turn this? Change the junction, a satisfying ka-chunk noise. And then if I push this back... What? I stuck the dynamite in there? Why the heck did I do that? You put your shoulder to the minecart and give it a shove, and then I reckon this is going to sort of push it along a bit faster. And the impact might set off the dynamite. Give the cart a shove. The minecart seems to be locked into some kind of mechanism. Yeah, I want you to set it going. The mechanism is rusted shut. You're going to require something heavy dutier than a can of oil. Oh, darn it. I haven't got anything else. Oh dear, what am I going to do? That's a shame, I was rather looking forward to that. Oh, well, I don't suppose I have any options. We'll have to wait until we find some form of lubricant and make good use of it. Most mysterious. Definitely nothing there. There's definitely nothing here either. Okay, never mind. I'll keep my eyes open for that. In the meantime, then, I can only assume that the safe I'm thinking of must have been back in the first part of the map, which I really didn't think it was. But, never mind. Give me a few more minutes. I shall see if I can remember where it was. Oh, there's so many things I need lockpicks for. So many things I don't have needles for. No safes here. Actually, hang on a minute. Hang on a second. Why would safe cracking use a needle? What the hell am I blathering on about? You don't pick safes with needles. I'm not being very intelligent. You pick the locker, revealing the footlocker is full of human bones. How thrilling. Great, there wasn't even anything worth having in there. Wonderful. What a waste of my life. Kitty. Well, this is unusual. In a wooded area out in the middle of nowhere, a goblin has constructed a little lean-to with a rough wooden counter. It looks as though something a kid would produce to sell lemonade, except instead of lemonade, they've got a display of shiny jewellery. Hello! Many hellos to you, good human. Are you having an interest in a fine example of good goblin jewellery craft? I suppose. You look over the display of jewellery, which in an unusual fashion is cobbled together from scavenged materials. They are shiny materials, though and charming in an outsider art kind of way. Did you yourself making to these? Oh no, mine skill is to selling only. These I am buying from goblin artisans, and savings to passings along to you, customer. Examine the merchandise. On closer inspection, most of the jewellery on offer is indeed rubbish, but you do spot a few rings that are rather nice looking, and the goblin noticed your interest. Rings are 100 meat for buying. The tough looking ring, the sparkly ring, or the elegant ring. I'm guessing it's going to be a muscle, mysticality and moxie thing, respectively. If not, I'm going to buy the wrong one, because I'm going to try and get the elegant ring, because I think that'll be the moxie one. Please tell me it's the right one. Yes, it is, but of course it's goblin, so it ruins something else. This goblin is made entirely of lead, but it looks pretty nice, and it's definitely not going to give you brain poisoning. Honest. Oh well, it's a trinket. It's something to have and hold and give to the grandchildren if I don't particularly care about them. At last. Controlled substances in the safe. Again, nothing worthwhile. Goodness, I really, really overhyped the value of this book, didn't I? I really, really did, and for that I can only and infinitely apologise. Oh, you know what? I give up. I give up. I can't find it. I can't find where that gun safe was. I don't care. Let's just go and do something new, something fun, something, at least this place is named accurately, I suppose. Buffalo, 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 buffalo. Infinitesimal number of buffaloes, it would seem. Right, I can only assume this has something to do with either the necromancers or the hell cows, or probably both. It's covered with a bunch of ripped cards. Grutch is gouged into the table. That word again for the skeleton that I... Well, I was going to say rescued, but no, I didn't actually. He did the job pretty well himself. You hear a lot of activity coming down the door, chanting, a shuffling of robes, and clattering of bones. Scary stuff. You probably shouldn't go down there. Yes, let's err on the side of caution for the time being. Right, what do we have here? It's covered in big beakers. I'll have a big beaker, an oversized chemical beaker. A gallon-sized glass chemical beaker, lines on the side prove that it went to college. Yes, indeed. Can I use these? Blood, milk, Aicha, and a vat filled with lemonade. What bizarre things. Okay, right. I'll come back to this in a minute. I'm going to wait and see if there's like a recipe book or some kind of thing I need to follow. Atop the slab of a skeleton-shaped indentation with a buffalo skull-shaped indentation where a normal human skull-shaped indentation should be. That's a good thing to keep in mind if you end up in possession of the bones necessary to fill the indentation. You don't say. I shall keep that in mind, friend. There's some keys there. They look like they come in handy. You look through the bars and see hundreds of buffalo human skeleton hybrids locked in there, 3 to a cell. The key is hanging on the right next to the door. You could let some out if you want, but they all look pretty angry. How strong are they? Not very. Not concerningly strong. My curiosity about them is if I kill a few of them, then maybe I'll get the... What was I freaking out about? Maybe I'll get the right bones. I'll get like a buffalo skull and some bones and things. No? I'll try a couple more. Yeah, the heck. The heck, you wanna roll that one by me again, friend? Okay, you've got a rifle, but that isn't gonna help because I can't shoot that. Yeah, it just hits a pile of bones. Can I damage the pile of bones? Seemingly not. Okay, that means we're going to have to resort to a melee fight, which is going to be a little bit more long-winded. Give me a moment to farm a couple of these battles, and then I'll see if I can get any of the right skulls that I need off of them in order to fill that indentation. Okay, this is a good place to get meat, nothing else, which is bizarre given that they're skeletons, but never mind. Well, I've done 3 fights with them, and I can't, I've got a single bone, I haven't got a single item at all off them, so I'm guessing you get the bones from somewhere else. Maybe I get them from here. The shelves are filled with hundreds of crates. Each is full of buffalo and human bones, carefully sorted. You don't really have anything specific you want to do with buffalo or human bones right now, although while you appreciate how organised these guys are, there's nothing really here for you. But I want to do this thing. I want to do the thing, but I can't. Oh well, never mind. Such is life. Let's carry on and see what else we've got. What? They should really use scented candles here. Yeah, I can imagine the need for that. A little wooden container filled with reading material, and another copy of this book, which I think I actually got another copy of that somewhere, and I never actually read the accursed thing. Did I? Yes, I did. Right. I think I've already got them all. Learn the bad medicine skill. There we are. Memorize the toxins, add it to your chemicals. Reduces enemy moxie by 5. You don't want anyone else to use this toxin against you, so you destroy the magazine. Better safe than sorry. And what about this? Are there more skills? You flip through the magazine and find a few things that might be of use. Don't learn anything. Well, bully for me. Great. This is clearly the bad toilet. This is clearly the good toilet. Right, for the good and bad people respectively. 1. Resumes. Pile of trash next to the bad toilet, but you don't find anything of interest. And who is surprised by this fact? Oh, I'm hesitant to open this because I've literally only got 1 needle right now. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I don't even have 1 needle. No, I do. I've got just the 1. Oh well. A decent sized wardrobe. Hide in it. That could come in handy. Bones rule. Skull? Yeah? I suppose. Weird looking leather bound tome. I can imagine what that is. It's probably going to break my head off. This one has a serious padlock on it. This one's just locked. Well, I feel like if I had to pick one to open, it would be this. But I'm still hesitant. Let's hide in here and see what happens. Amongst the thick black robes, it's pretty comfortable. You wait and find to hear some noises outside as a couple of cultists pass on their way from somewhere to somewhere else. You don't catch much of what they say, but you do hear, "Is Doug. Remember this." Oh. I told you there'd be a recipe. Right, let me find a clean piece of paper. Here we are. That's not a clean piece of paper, that's got some very important information on it, but never mind. So that's the Ica. What? Ica before blood, bad idea, bud. Okay. So is it, am I gonna like be able to get different bits of information from different places, and if I piece them all together, I'll be able to figure out the recipe. So the Ica doesn't come before the blood. Wait some more. You wait a while longer and the cultists pass through again. This time over here something different. And remember, Doug, Ica after milk, the ritual is as smooth as silk. Okay. So the Ica does come after the milk. Okay, so it's milk, Ica, something, potentially. Anything else? Wait a while longer, they pass through. That's the Ica before blood. Ica after blood, way to go, stud. Why is Doug having so much trouble with this? Probably for the same reason I am. So the Ica comes after the blood. So it doesn't come before it, the blood, it definitely comes after it. And we also know that the Ica comes after the milk. So it must be either blood, milk, Ica, or milk, blood, Ica, presuming it has nothing to do with the lemonade. Wait, some more. Anything else? Blood after Ica, Phill and turn into Lyca. It's pronounced liquor. I don't know. Maybe I'm mispronouncing Ica. I don't know. I've never seen that word before. I have no idea what it is. So blood, not after the Ica. Well, that's basically the inverse of the first thing we ever heard. Anything else? Milk after Ica might reanimate Wyca. Get yes. Okay. So the milk might as well try to reanimate Wicca. Who's Wicca? Never mind. So it's not. The milk doesn't come after the Ica. Again, we already knew that, but never mind. Yeah, the same thing. What? Milk after blood. Right, that's the thing I needed. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Milk after blood. Okay. So we know the milk has to come after the blood, and the Ica has to come after the milk. Yes. So I think it's going to be milk. No, it's going to be blood, milk, Ica. Oh, BMI. Oh, how relevant. How relevant to my dissertation. That's going to make no sense to anybody. Never mind. Anything else? Milk after... no. Where to go, stud. Blood before Ica. Start the soldier's taker. I don't know whether that's good or bad. Never mind. I think that's about all I need to hear. Oh, they're always behind me. Oh, please tell me I haven't missed out those locations. Never mind. Yes, I knew that's what it would be. I knew that's what it would be. I absolutely knew it would be one of these deadly books. Sometimes, when you're an advanced practitioner of Nextmax, sometimes you find the most important thing is for your eyes to turn jet black, and for you to get way smarter and more evil and more dangerous, even than the frail body withers away. Dark Howdy, I really want to know what the Dark Howdy skill is. That sounds hilarious. Okay, right. So we've got... Yeah, I've got no idea what the Debonair is doing. So I'm pretty sure it's got to be blood, milk, Ica. Which is just the order it appears. Why didn't they say that? They're trying to help poor Doug. Right. Blood. Fill a third of the way up. Good, that means it is only 3 ingredients. A vat of milk. That's less than blood. Milk, force it, and you pour some into the already partially filled beaker. And the Ica. The liquid begins to bubble. Watch the reaction. Steam rises from the beaker as the reaction intensifies. The intense heat of the reaction fuses the Ica spigot into a useless mass of metal. How will it end? The boiling subsides, and what's left in the beaker is, yes, tell me, tell me! Please tell me I haven't wasted my time. When the reaction subsides, you're left with a beaker of revolting black fluid, and what's even worse, it's useless revolting black fluid. Oh, no. How did I get that wrong? Milk not after Ica, blood not after Ica, Ica after blood, Ica after milk, Ica not before blood, milk after blood. That's literally correctly using all the tips you gave me. You bunch of lying fiends. I'm going to murder you all with a large piece of cactus. And you don't want to know where I'm going to put it. I didn't see there was a coat here. Give me that thing. Thank you very much. That saves me a lockpick. Right. I'm very chased off. Goodness sake. Right. Does the key go to this? Yes, it does. Buffalo soldier diagram. For crying out loud. If this had had the recipe in it, I would have cried. Detailed diagram, one of those buffalo human skeleton things. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, I can only assume that that is to do with the... to do with this, perhaps? Grab the bones for a soldier. It's buffalo soldier bones. All of the bones, both human and buffalo, necessary to make a soldier. Okay, can I put them on here? Put the bones on the slab. You lay the bones in the indentation, unsure of what to do next. You start grabbing bottles and supplies from various shelves and drawers and working on the skeleton more or less at random. Some bone glue here, some artificial little ones there, some horn polish. Oh well, on the horns, I mean, it's pretty obvious. All you need is pour reanimation fluid here. You're going to need some reanimation fluid. You undo all your working bones. That's what I was trying to make. That's what I was trying to make, and that's what I screwed up. Goodness, what a successful episode this has been today. My friends, I can only apologise. Let's flush some blasted toilets. Because at least I don't suck at that. A black hood, bottle of buffalo tranquilizers. This heavy glass bottle labelled Buff Out, Fallout reference, buffalo tranquilizers, has a handful of pills rattling around inside it. And a black hood, one of the necromancers wear. Well, you could wear it, I guess, now that you've got it. I could. Might that be useful as a disguise? I can't drink this. Swallow them. Frankly, after the failure I made. Feels like it. I don't know. I don't get what I did wrong with this. I really do not. Was it because I did it before I knew that I needed it? And I thought it was useless, but really it wasn't? I don't know. I feel stupid. I feel stupid. I'm sorry about that. And now I've got not got a ball is what we should do, because I can't find the saves. The buffalo pile didn't work out half as well as I expected it to, and I haven't got a clue what we should do. Let's ask dearest Susie, the only person around here, The only person playing this game that isn't a failure. Right. That's the buffalo pile. I remember my grandfather talking about it. Basically, it's where the early settlers of the territory buried all their dead. Buried? You mean haphazardly piled up? No, these are buffalo skeletons. These are people buried inside of the buffalo. No, hang on a second. Inside the pile of buffalo skeletons. Had to make some kind of use of them all. I'll tell you one thing. I don't remember Grandpa saying anything about a big entrance to the front of us. Am I forgetting about anything? Susie said she could help the mayor of Brentwood. Yes, but I can't because I've got to wait numerous days. Take a picture of the owl skeleton back to the fella in the Brentwood bunks. Oh, I had completely forgotten about that. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Literally every single one. Goodness, I wasn't feeling particularly great today, as you can probably tell from the large number of tongue ties I'm getting myself into. But, yeah, this certainly ain't helping. Right, I have your picture, I think. I do indeed have a picture of an owl skeleton. What a beauty. Well, thank you. I ain't got anything to draw you for you, but I imagine you'll get some XP. I'm very glad that I do. You've already... what? You've already looted this foot locker. Did I loot it with my feet? That's very bizarre. I must have very flexible feet. Just not the qualification I particularly was after. But never mind. I like how Susie acts as the kind of journal for this game. Yeah, anything else? She shrugs. Evidently that's all the suggestions she can think of. That literally means we've done everything. Great! I feel so dreadful. Never mind. What the heck is this? You hear a gunshot and a bullet rings past a rock near your feet. You turn around and look to find the culprit and see a skeleton a few yards away. A skeleton with a buffalo skull instead of a regular skull. So that's how your day is going, basically. Hornswogglerize them. Goodness, that face. You know, judging from the apparent age of your bones, I'd say it's pretty likely that the guy your skeleton is from is related to, or at least associate of, the person who killed the buffalo that skull is from. In fact, it's possible it could be the same person. How do you feel about that? The skeleton stares at you for a few more seconds, then looks at her hands and attempts to bite her hand off. You stroll away as she attempts to wrestle herself to the ground. I'm going to pretend I've got a clue what's going on, and we're going to carry on with life. Oh dear. Hi, friends. He must have sleepwalked here. The guy has stopped messing around with his watch and started eating some jelly beans. Are you sure I can't have a jelly bean? Well, I suppose it was worth a shot. I feel like we've been here before, have we not? Oh, yeah, because I wanted the blasted wood from Brentwood, and I just went around solving all their problems to get the wood, and then completely forgot that I was here for the wood in the first place. Can I get the lumber? You've helped me out quite a bit, so I reckon I can set you up with what you need for the bridge. Thank you, mate. I will get your logging permit. I've just got to wait until the paperwork gets done, which requires dying twice, which I don't particularly wish to do, due to the whole not very pleasant nature of death. Though frankly it might be preferable to the lack of success that I have had thus far today. Right. It's all been sorted. We've got the lumber shipment from Brentwood and we're ready to go. We've got the bridge built already. Yes, most of the passengers were aboard, so they shipped into hell. How good. Now we've got to lay the tracks for the rest of the way to Frisco and our work is done. Both mine and yours. Hooray. Right, that gives us access to the third part of the territory, I suppose. Can I wander inside that part of the territory? Not really, no. Oh, goodness, another goblin. You encounter a goblin wearing a battered cowboy hat, 2 large spurs, and a rusty sheriff's badge. It seems extremely excited to have spotted you, and though it tries to put on a stern face, it cannot mask its glee. Freezing, crime doer! You underneath the rest. Underneath the rest. What am I to doing? Crimes! You to so much criming. I am never criming. Telling a judge crimes doer. Talk to goblin. What makes you saying I am a crimer? When looking at you, look at all this criming. Oh no, please, I am cutting deals. Letting me go, I am telling you a real crimes mastermind. Oh, gasp, okay. I really feel like there should be like asterisks around the gasps, not grasps, please don't grasp a goblin. The terrible and evil Black Bart is doing so many crimes. Gosh, unthinkable crimes he is doing. Where? He is that away. The goblin runs away excitedly, as spurs, a shangling. My giddy aunt. Right, okay then. I suppose we'll just have to go to Frisco and hope we bump into some place on the way. Yay! Fort uneasy. No, sorry, fort unnecessary. Presumably there was nobody to fight out here. Hey, Susie. Oh, I guess I just got a use to checking this map once in a while. No ranches nearby? Not that I know of, but there's a custard stand. Oh, okay. The last custard stand. Brilliant. Okay, we shall figure that out in a minute. What? The flag is flying at half flag. Right. Somebody arranged these cannons haphazardly and then left them out in the rain. Oh, goodness, it's like MacArthur Park. Which is possibly the weirdest song I've ever heard, and trust me, I've heard some corkers. A hounded-looking woman in a military uniform darts in front of the door. She went, "Oh no, I cannot be having any misfits in this jerk ward. You can either swear to me that you're at least halfway competent, heck, even a quarter-way competent, and that you'll help sort out this crew of no-hopers, or you can turn right around and march double time." Sure, I'll help. I got nothing else to do with my day. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that promise. Coming in, I am Captain Harriet Davenport. My name is Sticky McThin. Don't ask my little name, it's very confusing. What's the problem, Captain? Problems. Welcome to Camp Fubba? Or Fubar, I haven't got a clue. Where all of the army's idiots and rejects are sent so they're out of the way. I have it up to my eyeballs trying to run this place. Please help these morons figure out their malfunctions so they can muster out of here and leave me in peace. Into details. Well, you've been needing to talk to them individually for what I know, but the brief is we've got a scout who's as blind as a bat, a cook that can't figure out how to make corned beef hash on toast, a guy who can't fire and load a cannonball without blowing it up, or maybe shooting backwards, a guy who somehow, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how, is too bow-legged to ride a horse, and a kid who was sent here because he can't figure out how to tie a bow tie. Oh, and just to put the icing on the cake, we have infinite goblins living in our storage shed. I am beginning to see the scope of your complaint. Pal, you just ain't whistling Dixie. And how did you get sent here? Do not ask. Okay, I'll just hazard a wee look round then, shall I? Nice view from here. Usual binoculars, an abandoned mine. Excellent. Is this Captain? Is this... No, it's not. The guy squints real hard at you as you approach. Hi, do I know you? Your fuzzy silhouette doesn't seem familiar, is what I say to people in the morning before I haven't got my glasses on. No, I'm just passing through. What do you do here? Well, I'm supposed to be a scout, but they went and broke my only pair of spectacles and can't see a thing without them. Maybe I could get you some new ones. I'd be much obliged. I hear there's a jeweller not far from here. You could probably grind a new pair of lenses. Just tell them to make us thick as the Dickens. Goodness. Okay. Okay, so I guess this can be our little job for the time being. They call me Private Bowlegs. I can see why. You seem uncomfortable. You ain't kidding. Look at my legs. They're so bent far out, I can hardly touch both knees at once. Walking hurts like in a Dickens. The captain said it keeps you from riding a horse. Aye, they're too wide. Horses keep slipping out right between them. Don't worry, mate. I've met some people like that. I think I could ride a mule, though. What of them being a tad lower on the ground. Where would we get you a mule? The Alamo Rent-A-Mule. There's a place up north that rents them, but I can't get there myself, so I need someone to set up the contract on my behalf and have them send me one. Okay, fine. Can I deal with the goblin problem? A sign on the front says, "Important gun storage, no goblins." You open the door a crack and take a peek, and naturally the shed is crammed full of goblins. To the ceiling! They're barely recognisable as individual goblins. You try and talk to them, but they're just babbling inanely. Evening, mate. How's he going? Fancy waistcoat. Sadly, it's got a couple of holes in it now, but never mind. You've reduced the magnitude of Ford Unnecessary's goblin problem by an amount. I'm guessing this is infinite, another farming opportunity. Okay, yeah, this can be our like little our project for the time being. I'm supposed to be a cannoneer, but I'm terrible at loading cannons. They always explode. Well, except not when they're meant to explode. Well, or else they don't explode at all. The only time I ever got one to fire right was when a cannonball knocked my sergeant's hat off and he was standing behind me. I still can't figure out how that happened. So they assigned me to this loser squad and said I can't report back for proper duty until I figured out how to load a cannon properly. Well, that's alright, I have a book that might help you, assuming you can read. Let's see. He flips through the pages, which have big numbered diagrams. Oh, you take the stick back out before you put the cannonball in. I've never even seen a cannon in real life, and I know that. That certainly sounds easier. Let him figure it out. He carefully follows along the directions of the book and successfully fires a cannonball over the wall of the fort. Wow, I did it! Thank you. Thank you a lot. I am going to go in my new assignment straight away. Brilliant! We have solved some problems. Sort of. We solved one problem and solved another problem by an incredibly marginal amount. But never mind. I apologise. I apologise for being stupid. I don't know why I got the blood milk Ica thing wrong. That seems unfair to me. That seems unfair. I don't know what reanimating that buffalo skeleton would have done. In any other game, I'd think he could have been like an additional companion, but obviously you can only have one companion in this game. So, I don't know. Maybe he could have convinced the necromancers to stop being naughty. Or maybe it was just a thing to get a bit of extra XP. Or maybe it was something to do with that Grutch bloke. Oh, maybe the skeleton Grutch man and the buffalo man could have like met and then fallen in love, and then we could have had like a nice romantic scene at the end of the game or something. With some boning. And I walked into that one, didn't I? Right, never mind. Well, at least I'm laughing, 'cause with my performance today, I'd probably be crying if I weren't. Okay, good, we've discovered some locations around this area. Okay, so we're into the final part of the territory now. I know we've still got to deal with the Necromancer's Tower, and we've still got to sort out Birdwood's final problem, and we've got to sort that thing out at Reboot Hill with that poor dead grandmother. I know we've got to do those things, and also the circus show, which no matter how many times I go there, they always just say it's later. I don't know what's up with that. I might have to look that up. But never mind. We've still got a few more things to do in this part of the world, and yeah, we'll carry on with what are necessary, and we will continue to explore the desolate, lonesome coast. How very, very thrilling. Yes, right, that'll be what we'll do from now on. So, I apologise for my terrible performance. I have no idea where that safe is, that gun safe is. It probably doesn't have a good gun in it, but I'd like to find it anyway. But never mind. That'll do for today, I think. Yes, thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night. Okay, I couldn't leave it at that, being such a miserable failure. I haven't found the gun safe, but returning to the old millinery over here, which is where we caught one of the bandits of, groups of bandits rather, I have found this. Slightly larger than a hat. Prototype Stetson. This hat was never made to the market, probably wasn't ready for such a wide brim. That's... never mind, that wasn't worth all of the effort and the searching for. Never mind, I'll keep searching. A rustling sound in the bushes draws your attention, and you decide to investigate, because that's what an adventurer would do, no matter how much of a bad idea it turns out to be. The rustling turns out to be a goblin wearing... clown makeup and practicing their cartwheels, and mostly failing. Eventually, they give up the tumbling practice and start repeatedly throwing shiny metal balls into the air and catching them. Hello. Hi. What are you doing? I am learning to juggle with the world's creepiest face. It tosses a single ball up in the air and then, distracted by the conversation, misses it. Okay, but why? A clown joining the circus far away to travelling, and then to popping. Popping? I don't even want to know. Steal its balls. Okay, fair enough. I'm knowing a good clown trick, a trick of magic. Oh good! To showing me it, you borrow its ball and elaborate in theatrical flourishes, and you make it appear to vanish while hiding it in your armpit. The goblin applauds, very impressed, and waves happily as you leave. Hooray, that is genuinely one of the creepiest faces I've seen in a long time, and bear in mind that I have looked in a mirror recently.